Now, let me talk a little bit about the I am. This is a scripture from Psalms 145, verse 13. I will also be looking at verse 16 to verse 20, reading from the New Living Translation. It says, "For your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. You rule throughout all generations. The Lord always keeps his promises. He is gracious in all he does. When you open your hand, you satisfy the hunger and thirst of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in everything he does. He is kindness. The Lord is close to all who call on him. Yes, to all who call on him in truth. He grants the desires of those who fear him. He hears their cries for help and rescues them. The Lord protects all those who love him, but he destroys the wicked. God, what he does because of who he is. Because of who he is. It has nothing to do with who you are. Number one reason why God does what he does is because of who he is. A lot of people try to get themselves or believe that the reason why certain things have not happened to them or the prayer is not answered is because God is angry with them. God is not happy with them. God woke up this morning and thought, you know what, I saw what you did yesterday, I don't like it, and I'm going to punish you. The first reason why God does what he does is because of who he is. Who you are, whether good or bad, does not influence or alter who God is. It is important that we get that in our minds. God does what he does because of who he is. It's because of who he is. The blessings in your life is because of who he is. Who you are will not change him. Who you are will not change who he is. He is all goodness. He is all compassion. He is all love. This will never change. This will never change. But understand this, that your response to this knowledge will determine your experience of God, but not God's disposition towards you. So what I'm saying here is that if you do not believe that God is all compassion, is all goodness, and is all love, you will not experience that part of him. You will not experience that God. But it doesn't mean that he will change his disposition. He will continue to be who he is. He will continue to be who he is. He will continue to be all goodness. He will continue to be all kindness. He will continue to be all compassion. But when you come, your response to this should be, I trust you, Father. I believe you're all goodness. I believe you're all love. I believe that you will come through for me. I believe that it's all settled already. I believe you already sent your son to die for me. I believe that my sins are forgiven. I believe that you no longer look at my iniquity. I believe that you are a good God who is always looking for opportunities to bless me. And that your disposition towards me is to bless me. So God will not change, but your view of God is what needs to change to experience who God is. Now, let me give this illustration. Who drifted? Now, supposing you have a man who is standing with God, right beside God, in such a way that there is no gap between them. But suddenly things change and things happen, and he suddenly realized that there is a wide gap between him and God. And he asked himself this question: who moved? Who moved? Who moved? Because all of a sudden that gap was there, became his experience. When that wide gap appeared, things started going wrong in his life. So was it God that moved away from him because he started sinning, or because he became bad? Or was it he that moved? He moved. God never moved. So what if he did all kinds of wrong things? No, God did not move. He was the one that relocated. So when things go wrong, don't tell yourself, oh, I am such a sinner, I am this, that's why God moved away from me. No, you move away from God. Sin is like a space-occupying lesion. It occupies the space between you and God. It repositions you, relocates you away from God. But God never moved. And so, because God never moved, what you need to do is to now ask Him, Father, help me so that I can be where you want me to be, a place where I enjoy my relationship with you. He's not a God that condemns. He's a God who wants you to come back. Remember the parable of the prodigal son. They didn't think about his sin. His hands were all stretched out, ready to receive him. Because that is who God is. God does not drift away.